Hey, it's Chris, the dating doc. If you're new to the channel, you're wondering why is this guy, why is he not showing his face? Look, if you've been a longtime fan or you're new to the channel, let me remind you, sometimes I don't have my shirt on. I might be doing laundry. I just need to get into it. You see what I'm saying? So I need to at least get the audio going. So what am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about how the angry and lonely get radicalized, especially as I talk about this fresh and fit situation. Okay. This is a tragedy to the manosphere, more so not because of what they did, but because of how the fans react, especially the stands, those that will just practically worship and excuse offenses. So here's the deal, right? The angry and lonely get radicalized because they need a sense of belonging. Think about it. Think about it. When you look at the history of cults, extreme groups, even stuff going on in Afghanistan right now, think of who are more likely to be targeted to be part of these groups: the angry, lonely, and the poor. So, in the case of a young guy who's trying to come up, right, who wants the affection and validation of woman, but he's gotten overly rejected, or he don't really have that many friends, maybe comes home, plays a little bit of Xbox, PS5, whatever he's got going on, he feels a little bit lonely. He feels a little bit angry. He goes out here to YouTube, looks up the manosphere, looks up the most popular, which I'm going to take a pause real quick. The most popular are not always right, and whatever's right is not always the most popular, as you can see from my views. And I try to go for the truth and what's right. You see this on the news, you see this in sports and entertainment, right? They know, the news especially, they know how to target people that are lonely and radicalized, right? You got that old grandpa, old uncle, who all he does is watch the news all day and complain and get mad and just want to talk about that, right? He'll call you, he'll talk about, hey, such and such, I can't believe what such and such did. Are you voting for him? All that kind of mess, right? You see it with sports. See people getting knocked out in the stadium, watching players that most of them don't even belong to their hometown, making millions, and fans are out here knocking themselves out because, again, they want that sense of belonging. And for sure, you see it with entertainment. You see people out here killing each other in the name of music. So it's wild. It's wild what the sense of belonging can do. And in this whole fresh and fit situation here, you got stands. I only call them fans. I call them stands that are like, well, I'm gonna excuse some offenses because it's okay. They provide some value. Look, most of the entertainment that you see is because they're bringing these below average women on there and making them look like fools, and all of a sudden you get radicalized thinking, okay, well, I guess that's the truth, man. They speaking on some good stuff. It's entertainment. It's pure entertainment. And the weak are the angry and lonely. So guess what? For you that's listening out here, you want to dislike this video, look at yourself in the mirror first. Okay, recognize. You can be mad at me all I want. You can be mad, excuse me, you can be mad all you want at me. But look up behavioral psychology. Look up sociology and who gets targeted to be part of these groups. Again, look yourself in the mirror. What's happening right now is the manosphere is imploding. The manosphere is imploding. It's losing credibility. You have folks that came into this game and really wanted to teach men some valuable things, not just because of women. I'm talking fitness, finances, being a free thinker, cutting down philosophical ideas from some of the greats, Aristotle, Plato, uh, Seneca, et cetera, trying to break it down into modern language. But no, what you ended up getting is these angry fools that latch on to your anger, make you a fan, and then all of a sudden now you drinking the Kool-Aid. And here's the irony. The irony is the manosphere has become its own worst enemy. I won't go into details because I might get demonetized. They become the raging members of a certain gender group that contradict and go for ad hominems. Ad hominems being the fact that instead of fighting logic, you want to fight someone personally. That's kid behavior, that's juvenile behavior. But some of you fans will excuse it. You'll say, "Oh, for all the value I got, that's okay." But you're gonna excuse what R. Kelly did because he's saying great? Come on now. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Some of you get into this abyss. This abyss where you're trying to learn how to better your self-esteem, right? Because maybe as a kid you got rejected a lot. Maybe there's some abandonment issues. Maybe you just want to be validated by a woman. You want to feel the touch of a woman. It kind of combines into all these neurotransmitters that you really need. And you try to you try to solve that self-esteem through learning how to get that validation of woman, right? Learning the game, PUA, whatever you want to call it, learning the game. But here's the hypocrisy. Yet at the same time, you're learning how to punish their behavior. What kind of contradiction is that? Hey, let me teach you how to cook, and then let me teach you how to throw away the food before you taste it because one presentation was wrong. Come on, man. That's what's happening with some of you folks is you're like, hey, well, I can't believe that this woman said that all men that are short, they ain't got no chance. To hell with them. But I really need to learn how to pick up women. You got to truly be a free thinker. Okay. The reason I make this video is heck yes, I'm not gonna lie to you. No one should be watching Fresh and Fit. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm not gonna skirt around it. Young men who are lonely and angry are the ones that are gonna latch onto this. Young men, okay, you're gonna have to unplug. Ironically, that's the name of Amru, aka Myron Gaines' first business, Unplug Fitness. You're gonna have to truly unplug. You cannot say you're woke and then follow people that don't have protocol. They don't follow protocol. They don't have standards of conduct. I'm in the military, so I'm talking on real game right here. I've worked in corporate as well. If you don't have a standard of conduct, you get fired. In the YouTube world, getting fired means you lose your subscribers. Yet some of you excuse standard of conduct because you don't have one. You don't have your own G code. You don't. You don't. You don't. To you, it's not even in your realm to have a standard to be like, okay, well, if this guy did this, I can't be loyal to that anymore. No, as long as you entertained and your little thing that you're mad about, someone's talking about, then all of a sudden you glued to it. Come on now. So I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to answer honestly to yourself. Okay. Does a real man avoid or embrace the role of fatherhood? Think about that for a second. Does a real man avoid or embrace the role of fatherhood? Because if the allegations are true, you tell me what's a real man? The one that's building community or running away from it like a coward? Answer that question. Do you, second question, do you listen and follow cowards that initiate fights and then back down? Tell me that. Because by the way, the greats that I listen to, modern times, your David Goggins, your Jocko Willink, Elon Musk, Jordan Peterson, these are my luminaries. This is who I follow. These are my mentors that don't even know that I'm listening to them. These are people that I stand about. They're not out there trying to pick fights like they're back in high school. But can you imagine that some of you are still going to listen to Fresh and Fit even after they done initiate a fight and then back down? And then I'm gonna ask you a third question here. Mentally ask yourself, what is your standard of conduct? Okay. If someone's on a public forum and they get butthurt because someone disagreed with one of their videos, they get butthurt, right? Just on some video stuff. This ain't no East Coast, West Coast rivalry. I'm talking a YouTube video. And they go on to talk about another man's wife, calling the man's wife a beluga whale. Okay. Some of you, I know you laugh because y'all some kids anyway, don't matter the age. But you're okay with a man talking about another man's wife, but if an OF woman contradicts herself, oh, I can't get down with that. She's the enemy. But yeah, this dude talking about someone's wife, that's okay because he quote unquote provides value. I'm telling you right now, I've done videos like this before. It's not like I'm just jumping on the bandwagon. Go on my channel. Okay. Obviously not not very popular, but I try to speak on some truths here. Last thing I'm gonna leave you with. Check your own behavior. And that's going to lead you to the point of self-growth. Check your own behavior. That is actually, if you can master yourself, you can master anything. Sometimes you got to get out of this YouTube world. You're going to realize, that most of the answers that you're looking for are going to come from within. This is Chris, the Dating Doc, signing out. I truly, truly love y'all, even the haters. Peace.